Last time on whatever, the party had killed off the ogre and checked all the barrels to find out it was full of liquor. And then you proceeded to check on a room to your character's right. We'll call it the east, why not? To the east, where you found a potions room. And in there, it looked like there was water, but it turned out to be a gelatinous cube that proceeded to then come at Arim, who left the room very promptly.
Giggity.
And then after a few seconds, when he rechecked on the room, it was sliding around on the ceiling, essentially. And then it squeezed its way through the door, picked up Arim and Tucson, and the party continued to fight it until finally they had killed it. The gelatinous cube, which I'm going to place out of it, because technically it's in a barrel, or what's left of it is left in a barrel. The party then, after having taken care of that, checked up on the room, found a book and some pieces of paper, parchment, whatever, all about potions and the like. And then proceeded to go to the unlocked door back in the barrel room. The only one to have noticed was Arim, who saw a weird creature that, for the player and audience sake, was a displacer beast, but the characters do not know this. After it walked through a wall, as Arim said, they proceeded to check the room, where they found a bunch of other parchments, and then left this room. Arim had looked in a hallway room and saw a bunch of runes glowing on a wall and said nope to that, while Tucson fucked around with a locked door that eventually he got unlocked, and also had to dodge out of the way for a net trap. But once that was done, you guys proceeded to go through the room, where I think, again, only Arim noticed what looked like a physical shadow walking through the door on the far end of the room. This room, with those with dark vision and someone with a lamp, can notice that there are tables strewn about with bows on them, and on the far end is targets. This room must have, at one point in time, been an archery testing room, your characters would more than likely assume. And that is where we left off, and that is where we shall pick up, was all of the characters walking into this room.
I'd like to roll for engineering.
For what?
I don't know. I'm mainly kidding.
Don't tell me what you want to roll, Tate. Tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what to roll for it.
I know.
So, go ahead. Search, leave the room and go through the door. Kill your party members out of pure going insane. Probably not that last one, but, do as you do.
If I recall correctly, Noah has his lantern lit already.
Yes.
With Zephyr's eyes being changed over.
Zephyr's eyes were changed over, yes.
Probably not good for Zephyr's eyes right now.
There's also the giant hole in the wall that has light coming through it. Not enough to light the whole room, but enough to light the door on the far end.
If only we had a light tile to indicate lighting.
Yep, if only.
Psst, that means spawn in a light tile.
I'm not going to. And that is a bag, apparently. A little bag.
I found a car. Bucks?
What are you doing?
There's the light.
Oh hey, it's illuminating the door. On the other side.
Perfect.
That's what I was doing.
Ah.
That's how much is illuminated. Pretty much nothing.
We can see the door. And an
You
archery
can see the
target.
door.
And it's not actually that bright, but I don't know if there's a way to dim the light.
No, the only way to do that kind of effects would be actually changing the damn asset file, and fuck that shit.
Right.
Or roll 20. Roll 20 allows you to do it, but yeah. That would take changing everything.
I'd prefer Berserker games just add a fucking light option in this game.
I mean, I could do like this.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, it's definitely dark. We've lost our colors on our characters, though.
That's cool. I like that.
So very dark.
Nice on the eyes, at least.
And back to normal. Anyway, that's why we don't do that.
We can. It would just take a lot of prep work.
So, proceed.
Oh, did the door close again?
Well, no.
What-
Your door's fine.
Making sure.
Would my character have seen the shadow too? Since I followed Cal.
Nope. The only person that had seen it was Reem, as he was the first to walk in. And it was like a last minute thing. Mostly for Reem to think he's going crazy, but also not. No, what's Tucson doing?
He's moving over and examining the bows on the table.
Alright. Are you trying to see their quality? Or are you trying to see if they're usable still? What you checking out? Or what would he be interested in knowing?
Why there are bows here, and if they're usable.
Fair enough. As Arim... God damn it. As Tucson continues to examine the bows on the table, he takes note that none of them really seem anything of particular interest. They look like they might be usable, but they are a bit aged, and some of them although it looks usable, you're not sure if it's going to be usable for long. As in, the bowstring might snap. And that's just going to hurt you. So to you, you're pretty sure these bows might be useless. However, as far as why they would be here, they look like they are set up for almost a training course. As if perhaps this is where a classroom would be at, and those are individual stations. It looks a little too set up, and it doesn't really look like an armory. It looks more like somewhere where you would test people.
Okay.
Besides
How
testing,
far
would you?
does-
But besides testing, would you even say you might be able to train people here?
You would.
How far does the light from the hooded lantern reach?
I don't know. It's your hooded lantern. I don't know what the range on that is.
Thought it was
Look it up.
40 feet.
It is a 30-foot radius.
Yep, it's a 30-foot radius that is nice, and a 60-foot radius that is shadowy.
So I could totally see the door over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to open it.
Roll me a strength check. Or, yeah, strength.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go check this door.
Ten.
That one is just opened up. You, on a 10? That's fine. You pull on it a bit, and it doesn't seem to want to give. You give it one last yank. Or, not yank. Yeah, this would swing inward. One last yank, and finally the door swings open. It was stuck. It wasn't locked, it was just stuck. And Kelb, the other door is also open. Or unlocked.
Okay, do I see anything in this hallway?
In that hallway, it just looks like a hallway that then turns to the right. I will give it to your character, considering how smart he is. You're pretty sure this connects all the way to the other room. This was more than likely the actual way you're supposed to get into the room, with the other door being a back door. Or perhaps that was the right way, and this is a back door. Either way, it's a side hallway.
Okay, Marcus. I
Yep.
want to search for traps.
Around the doorway?
Doorway and the first 5 feet inwards.
Alright, roll it.
I'm gonna check around the bows for usable arrows.
15.
You find no traps. It looks like it was just a door that, due to age, had gotten stuck.
Now walk in. And now I'm going to search the chest for traps.
Okay. And Jared, I want you to roll me a search. While they're rolling, Kelb, what do you do when you make this realization of what this doorway leads into?
I assume I don't see any runes or anything on the walls.
You do not.
I will be peeking my head in through the doorway and looking up. Especially
Alright.
after the cube incident, and who knows, there could be a rune above me.
You really don't have to peek up due to the fact that it is not a raised ceiling like the lower floors have been. So you can see the ceiling, but there is no runes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple steps in then.
Alright, you still see nothing.
Gonna peek around the corner.
You can see the runes on the other side.
Ah,
Roll
so
me
this
a
does connect.
Yep. Roll me a spot, and I'll come back to you. Jared, what did you get?
16.
That's my spot.
On 16, you found... You would assume 4 arrows that look fine. The rest of the arrows looked pretty much useless, but you did find, or you can salvage 11 arrowheads to be used to create your own arrows.
Or to give to the person that crafts all the things.
Or that.
Just make
Or to
characters
weld
out of
onto your character's arm to be Batman. I don't know.
To make spiked armor.
Right.
To improve my slam attack.
Hug me, I dare you!
So that's what you found there for Zephyr. Tucson, what did you get on your roll?
24.
There is... let me read it 1 minute.
At least Zephyr's eyes aren't hurting as much since the hooded lantern's now in the tiny room.
Come, Sky.
Alright, there appears to be a small, like tripwire of sorts attached to the chest. It is trapped, yes.
I want to cut the wire to try and disable the trap.
Alright, go ahead and roll me disable device.
Why does it keep rolling back over onto 7s? 16.
That made it more than enough. You were able to disarm the trap, and you can open the chest.
What's in the box?
Roll me... What knowledges do you have?
No. I have no knowledges.
Just roll me, intelligence.
I have a -4 to intelligence.
15.
You realize that the trap was a poison dart trap. So if you wish to look around somewhere, you could probably find, at the bare minimum, some darts, if not some poison darts, hidden somewhere that were supposed to go off. What did you say that you wanted to do, though, with the chest?
I wanted to open it and see what's inside.
Okay. Okay. My randomizer just kept giving me coins. You find inside 400 gold, a green ornate arrow, and a scroll.
Okay. I'll then proceed to find the darts by looking at the wall directly across from me, and if I don't find them there, the one directly behind me.
Alright. Roll me 2 searches, and we'll come back to you. Lamb, what has your character been doing?
Is there a way for me to push down this rubble to make us a quick escape if we really need one, or is there just too much there?
You could try. Granted, your character knows well enough that if you push that stuff down, it's not gonna make a easy way down. It's gonna make a fall.
Yeah, it's
And
more
you
of
will be
a, we
falling
need to
on
get out of
uneven-
here now, and we are going to jump down.
Okay. In that case, you can roll me a strength check, and I'll come back to you. Make 3 strength checks for me, and we'll see how well you are at pushing stuff down. Tate, what is Avina doing?
You don't want to know my spot roll yet?
Not yet. I'll be to you in a minute.
Avina's gonna probably be walking over and checking out the targets. I do have low light vision, but we're in complete darkness, right?
Not complete darkness, but it's almost complete because of the light coming in.
Okay, so yeah, low light then. So I'm
Oh, it's not low
I'm
light.
good.
It's dark, but the far end was low light.
yeah. Which means I can make out shapes and stuff. But if I was asked to read, I'd have to make like a check or something.
I mean, you don't see any words on the target. It's just a target. You can see how.
I know. I was just gonna look at it to make see how well used they've been or anything. If I notice anything odd about them.
Pretty well used. You can see that there's some people that must have sucked real bad, and then the bullseye looks to be hit the most. So it's probably a practice until you get this shit right.
Practice
Which
or
would
die?
mean we may have to worry about further denizens in here. They might be really good shots.
Practice or die.
So while she examines that and thinks that there's going to be some archers later on, what did Arid get?
A whole 7.
You notice nothing.
Cool. Outside of the room, you said, right?
What was that?
Outside of the room that I saw earlier over there.
Right. It looks like that's the trap, and there's nothing else in this room.
Alrighty, well, I'm going back to this room then.
And, Lamb, what did you get on your 3 rolls?
2, 17, 18.
So, on that first roll, Perthros pushed as hard as he could, but pretty much to no avail, until he realized he was doing it wrong. You don't push with your hands and your back. You push with your whole body, using your arms to push and your legs to push you. Kinda. And he proceeds to push a good amount of the rubble out of the way onto the ground to make an easy enough escape hole to jump through. But it is jumping out of an sketchy hole onto a very rough terrain.
Well, assuming it's not a running jump. Well, not even that, I suppose. I don't know.
Not just me, right? Marcus's hand looks orange in that lighting.
Alright. So while you push that stuff down, everyone else, you hear what sounds like rocks essentially falling near you. If you look over, you see Perthros pushing a bunch of shit through a hole.
That wording, Marcus. I'll take note of it as I walk by him and go to this door.
Okay. As you walk to that door, Tucson, what do you do after you have... oh yeah, what's your rolls?
18, 22.
You were able to find 6 darts, but at this point, the poison has worn off.
Okay.
In the end, these types of darts, if they were to not be poisoned, the most they will ever do is 1 damage. Their real purpose is to poison, but they weren't really put into a spot that wouldn't give way over time. And after he has acquired these, he hears stuff falling from the room behind him. Could be danger.
Oh, it's just Patrick moving a bunch of rocks.
So, as you come out, you see there's nothing. While all that's going on, Zephyr, you've acquired your different arrowheads. What do you do?
Probably just gonna head over to the door over here and see what's going on.
Alright. If you're gonna go join Kelb, what's Avina doing? After examining the target.
Probably wander up next to the door. Well, right up next to Caleb.
Don't you mean next to a ream?
Yes, right up next to a ream, not Caleb.
Okay. Is Tucson gonna head up that way too?
I am going to talk to Perthros.
Okay. Then, before we continue with Kelb, go ahead and talk to Perthros.
Perthros, I found this. I'm gonna hand him the scroll. What is it?
Give me a sec. Still just kind of sweating from pushing shit down. Is that a spellcraft?
Yep, spellcraft.
Watch me botch it. $23. Did that go through?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
You said 23, right?
Yes.
It's actually got 2 spells on it that would go off at the same time. One is One part of it is enlarged person. The other part of it is bull's strength.
So this looks like a combination scroll. If it's used, is it on the person who's reading it, or would I be selecting someone else?
The person who is reading it. It's on self.
Okay. If it's used, whoever's using it is going to go twice their size and gain a strength boost.
How do you use it?
Would I be able to explain that in a short time?
Probably not. You're explaining to him how to conjure magic. He could learn.
Don't think now's the time.
Okay, well, could you also take this and tell me what it is, and I'll hand him the ornate arrow?
Hold on.
In short, enlarged person, if I remember right, makes you go up one size rating.
Well, I just need to get the thing in my inventory.
Yep, I'm just letting you know what it does. It does that. The other part of it, bull strength, grants a +4 enchantment bonus to strength.
Jesus. Okay, so what would I be rolling on the arrow?
And this would last for 5 minutes.
Nice. What would I be rolling to identify the arrow?
It doesn't, what are you trying to figure out about it? If it's magical, how much it's worth, what you use it for, like what,
If it's magical.
If it's magical, knowledge, arcane, or spellcraft.
Wait, what the... Really? I don't know, I'll let you say if that's a reroll or not, because that is very clearly on edge to me. Granted, it's the 15, but...
Yeah, for me it's on its edge.
So, reroll?
No, I'll let you keep it. No, it is not magical.
Okay, so yeah, then that's a 26, so no?
Nope.
It's not in my realm of expertise, so I can't really tell you. It doesn't have any magical properties that I know about.
Damn it, Kel, I was gonna have you appraise it. Well, I'll just hold on to this for later then.
Perthros, roll me a spot.
Six.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Well, we gotta wait for Kelb to come back. So, in the moment, Zephyr, do you have something you want to say to your party?
Not at the moment.
God damn it.
What?
Never mind, he's back. All right. Noah, you can show him the arrow for appraisal now.
What?
Arim,
I said about 1 minute.
Arim, can you take a look at this and tell me what you can discern about it? As I'll hand him the arrow.
Sure. Anything you need to know in particular about it, or you just want to know general information?
What's
Roll
it
appraisal.
made of? What does it do? Other than look nice? $15.
One very quick second. Just gonna see how much it's worth. All right. This is a item piece that is just meant to be ornate. It is not meant to be shot at all. Who knows? Maybe it's part of an elaborate puzzle in a faraway land, but as far as you're concerned, it is a very ornate piece. The entirety of this arrow is pure emerald. The craftsmanship and the emerald itself are the biggish sense of how big this emerald had to have been before it was crafted, is easily worth 2,000 gold.
That's a shit ton of gold, Marcus.
Huh?
That is a shit ton of gold.
Uh-huh.
I will relay this to Usain and anyone else who's listening.
Okay, well, I'll hold on to it in the bag so it doesn't break.
May as well, I'm carrying quite a bit with me already. And we'll turn back towards the door and open it. If no one else is going to say anything.
I suppose not. All right. Roll me a strength check.
Me? Okay. One strength check. To be good. 22.
The door, at first, doesn't want to give. Arim, not happy with the door not opening for him, musters up his might and pushes with a little extra strength, but maybe a little too much, as he ripped the door off its hinges.
I had a different means of going through the door, actually, but that'll work. Same type of response I was going to go with. After doing so, I'll be muttering to myself, damn old doors, being stubborn. Never to go through this door. Let me check to see if it was locked. Never to go through it. Out of curiosity, what the hell is this and this, considering their fucking bandwidth was, used up?
What?
This and that. I have the bandwidth image has been used up.
It's a sword and a crate.
Sword.
Yeah, I've got a sword and a crate there.
Oh, I see the sword, but not the crate.
Oh, the crate that it's on? Gotcha.
In
Yeah,
fact-
they're just crates, just like the other crates.
Okay, yeah, in fact, I didn't even see the sword until you said that. I'm like, oh wait, there is something on top of that besides the image.
Also, there's a battle axe over here.
Oh, so there is. Random detail. Also, these tiles are rotated 90 degrees. Along with this one. Enjoy. Any lights light up in this room?
There is not. This room is pitch dark.
Well, I'll be taking a step in then. It's dark vision and all that.
You see nothing. It is just a dark room.
Not even the pillars.
Well, you see the pillars. You can make out that there's something resting against one of them.
I will take a step forward away from the door so other people can join me in here if they so choose. And Tuzin's hooded lantern still lit. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks to Tuzin's hooded lantern, you notice that it is an orcish. It is an orc double axe, which is odd. It also looks like it was rested there after this place must have been abandoned.
I will go over and pick it up and check it out, see if there's any markings on it. Being completely distracted by the battle axe, I am vulnerable to being fucking surprised. And yes, I'm half expecting a surprise attack. Personally, not a ream.
Can you read orc?
Yes, I can.
And orc, it says Galork.
Galork? That okay.
Yep.
Goobun?
Does that sound like a person's, or I should say an orc's name to me?
Yep. Or at least the random name generator said it was. It's a weird orc name, but it sounds like a grunt before he's earned his fanes.
Yeah. Is that spelled Galork?
Yep.
I shall, keep it, I guess, for now.
Let's see. You're a dwarf. You're a dwarf from the main. Roll me. What? No, you wouldn't have that knowledge. Just roll me a straight intelligence.
$16.
All right. With the 16, you're starting to think that perhaps this place has been used as a testing grounds for young orcs. Half orcs tend to have some sort of ritual, or your people consider a ritual, where they test all the younger orcs to see if they are, I guess, to see if they are men. You're starting to think that maybe this was used as a testing ground, and this is a fallen orc's axe. Or he found something better, said fuck it, put that down, and took the better weapon. Who knows?
Any signs of blood on it that would lead me to said conclusion?
It's seen battle.
Is it formerly masterwork quality? I praise that.
You wouldn't think it's masterwork.
Not even formally?
No.
Alrighty. Well, I still put the battle axe away.
While he's examining this, what does everyone else do?
I'm gonna start rifling through boxes.
Okay, you're gonna start looking through the boxes. What's Zephyr doing, Jared?
Checking behind the pillars.
Okay. What's Tucson gonna do? Noah.
Sorry, I missed that a little bit.
Your
What are
mind
you gonna
boom
do?
is up.
I'm just gonna move here and look at the room.
Okay. And Tate, what's Avina gonna do?
Avina, huh?
Has decided this is the perfect moment to use her dice.
No.
Yeah.
TPK.
It's probably... It's probably gonna wander over here and take a look at the door. $30.
So she's gonna check out the door.
Yes.
Okay. What is Perthros looking for? Just breaking open chests, or is he going to the sword that is clearly on top of a chest?
Oh, he's
Or
just cracking them all
box.
open.
All right. Inside is some raw material for crafting. A lot of aged or just completely destroyed at this point material. The minerals themselves, like say a chunk of iron, seems to be mostly fine. But something like some straps of leather, they would be hundreds of year old straps of leather. So
Kept in the not best of condition, so they'd probably be dried.
right, they're you see one that you think looks like it's still pretty much just a piece of leather, you touch it and it snaps. Shit's not usable. There was some
anything
clothes.
that's not metal.
One looked pretty nice. You started to pick it up and you realize moths ate it.
Anything that isn't metal isn't usable.
Huh?
Anything that isn't metal isn't usable.
Yeah.
It's not entirely true, though. I mean, leather wouldn't be usable, but there are other materials that could still be usable.
Yeah, but
In these chests, it was pretty much just clothes,
Why do
leather.
you keep calling them chests when you said they were crates?
I know. And these crates, it's just clothes, leather, and materials. You're pretty sure that this was probably their storage for maybe shipping to people that needed stuff, or outfitting new recruits. Perhaps this room is the room where they had raid parties, and this is where they stored everyone's stuff after they killed them.
hey, Reem, we have some stuff over here you might be able to use later. Well, some metal. I think the rest of it's just garbage, though.
Upon hearing this, I'll turn to him, start walking that way, and asking, what all have you found?
It looks like just pieces of things, mostly. Like, there's some metal bits here and there, some ore, some small things. There's clothes and some leather in here, but it's all too old to be usable. And is that just the first one I crack, or is that a few of them?
That's after a few of them.
Okay.
It's a chunk of iron.
crack the last one if no one has anything they want to do first.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to swap over to Zephyr. Zephyr, you go behind the pillars, and what are you looking for?
Just anything that might have been in the shadow behind him, since we hadn't walked behind him.
Nope. In the end, you find nothing. It looks like they are just pillars. Perhaps they're support pillars. Perhaps they had another purpose. There does seem to be holes across them. Maybe there used to be chains connected to them. But time has taken away their true purpose, and all that is left is slightly damaged rock pillars.
Okay, I just keep wandering the edge of the room until I get to the door.
Okay. So you're walking to the door. Avina, you're examining the door, right?
I'm gonna walk up to the door to take a look at it, yeah.
How do you look at it?
With my eyes.
No, with my extra planar senses.
Hey, Tate,
Yeah?
roll me reflex.
Why would you do this to me?
Because you stepped into the 4 squares that I needed you to step into for me to tell you to roll reflex.
$27.
All right, the floor gives way, and you jump to the side. Do you look down what you almost fell down?
Yes.
As you jump to the side and narrowly avoid a fall, you glance over, and you notice that this is, with your dark vision, a pretty steep fall. And even with your dark vision, you can't see the bottom.
So there's a trap here.
Is it a trap or just old floor?
I'm pretty sure it's a trap. That's a very, very, very deep hole.
You're unsettled by the darkness down there.
Very deep.
Quick, Lamb, cast magic missile into the darkness.
You can say there's almost a groove down there.
You do notice that as the floor had fallen, there is now a lever on the wall next to the door that popped up.
On which particular wall, Marcus? Yes, Lamb. The lever popped up on that column.
Yes.
So,
Does anybody have anything to hit that looks like a lever over here?
Tucson, with your training, you know that that lever is probably the reset. If it popped open when the floor fell, this must be the way that you bring the floor back up. Question is, how do you keep it from falling open again?
By jamming the lever.
Duct tape.
What tape?
Unless the lever doesn't prevent it from falling open.
We'd have to get a duck for that.
Exactly. I just so happen to have duck blood on me. Just slap that on some bandages and you have some tape. Also, I have Mage Hand.
Well, while Avina is there and Tucson can decide if he's going to help her, Perthros, the last crate, same thing, has a bunch of crap in it, but there is a sword.
Which... Well, I mean, I'm gonna inspect it really quick. Does there seem to be anything super special about it, or is it just a sword?
One brief moment.
I guess I could help Avina.